what's your kind of advice and help with people when, and how did you overcome that specific thing of like letting go?
Yeah, you are so right in the sense of I've been through that mindset as well. Like, it is a mindset thing. No one can do it as good as me. What if I give that person my client and they F it up? You know, all of those things go through your head. It's natural. They've gone through mine. And they're also voices in your head that keep you stuck. You know, that's the biggest thing. So I'll share my journey again, because it's one that I think is just, I only ever talk about the things that I have done firsthand, because I can't talk about shit that I haven't done before. Because I haven't read a book, you know, it's all through vicarious learning or from the feedback of my mentors that I've had along the way. So up from 2016 till 2018, I was Gary Das mortgage broker. 2018, I knew I needed to bring on a first advisor. So I had to build a brand, because at that point I realized, actually, if I want to delegate some cases or some leads, you know, they're going to be coming thinking they need me. So I started Active Mortgage, as it was back then, in July 2018. And then in the October, I took on a trainee advisor. And the way in which I did that was I dealt with all the new leads because they were the highest income. And all the remortgages I gave to the trainee advisor to do because they were the lesser income. Now, I have this challenge with a lot of advisors who turn around and say, yeah, but they're my existing clients. I don't want to give them to that advisor. I'm sorry, but I believe that's a huge mistake, because you need to be in charge of the new money that is ultimately coming in. In the same way, I've had this conversation just for kind of give you an idea, but I get someone who's like, yeah, I've got these Google leads. They're really working. What I'm going to do is bring on someone else, and I'm going to spend more money on Facebook ads, and I'm going to give them the Facebook ads. No. You know your leads and sales conversions and the money you're making off the Google ads. Give them the Google ads, because you've got a KPI and a metric to monitor that person on. And you go and do the Facebook ads, because you're then in control. But equally, you know if your existing new person is effing it up. The way in which I transitioned into that delegation is to split the roles down. So when you bring somebody new into the business, i.e. your first advisor, the key thing is not just to give them a laptop and a desk and say, right, crack on. The key thing that I did, which I did with Sally, who was an experienced advisor, ex-Barclays compliance, managed 70 advisors, was I used to do all the first appointments and the strategy calls. And then I would be picking and choosing and saying, okay, you know, my PA will give you a call in 2 days' time to confirm you've got the email and answer any questions if I wanted to keep the lead. Or I'd be turning around and saying, right, Sally will give you a call in 2 days. And what she will do was work with you thereafter to get all the documentation in, and she will look after it. That then gave me the opportunity to create more time, because I didn't have to do the chasing of the documents, the fact find, the quotes, the illustration, etc. But also, because we know clients are slow with returning documents, you're able then to make sure that advisor is, one, adhering to the way in which you want it to be done, but two, you're in control of the fee, you're in control of the initial selling, but also the client doesn't have a problem because you've introduced them and they've also then built a rapport up with that advisor that you've referred to. How do you overcome delegation? You have really clear processes in your business, and you systemize that process with your own CRM system. The network system is there to do compliance. It's not there to have stages, new lead, awaiting documents, fact find call, follow-up, AIP, application, underwriting, valuation, etc. It's not there to have automated emails and text message against each one of those tasks, so that you know, or each one of those stages, so that you know that your admin or your advisor is saying things and doing things in the way in which you want it done. So you also need the CRM, because at any point I can log in today and I can see exactly where active leads are. I can click through them. I can read the notes. I know if there's a task on it or not. I've got automation rules set up in my system that something doesn't move from a particular stage for 30 days. It puts a task into my diary so I can go in and review it. And you just have to build tech and automation to remove your fears of delegation, that clients aren't getting the service that they need. Howdy team, I'm just quickly cutting in here to remind you that I am always running free trainings on Zoom to help you to generate leads, increase sales, and maximize your business profits. If we improve your mindset, we can improve your skill set, and it will help you to learn, develop, improve, and grow. So you can go to garydas.com/ www.entrepreneurship.com/training to register for my next free session, or you can click the link in the show notes. Back to the show.
That's a hard thing to do as well, I think. Like, as in, like,
Yeah.
for many people is this idea of the CRM and the tech, because it's what we don't normally know. A lot of advisors are in there and it's their job, and I just am an advisor. When you become a business owner, you have to start learning those things. How much time, like, have you spent, would you say, over the years you've been doing this, on learning new software and upskilling yourself on, yeah, I see your face, on like being able to be at the cutting edge of these automations and stuff? How much time would you say do you invest in that?
So in 2018, when I wanted a CRM, I looked at Intelligent Office, Salesforce, got into contracts with them, got out of both of them because they weren't fit for purpose, which was quite good. I think Smarter might have just launched then, but it was very much in its early infancy. So I went with what is now Finova, previously known as eKeeper. We still have that in the business. It's enabled us to scale. But here's the lesson with Finova. We got that in the October 2018. We didn't start using the fact find until kind of the March side. From an organic perspective, as you and I will know, the quality of the lead on organic is amazing. Referrals, recommendations, organic networking, people know you. So it's been amazing at managing my DA compliance and leads and sales at that point in time. But it's not going to get us to the next level, which is now where I'm starting to automate a lot of that lead generation to get 50 book calls consistently into the business. So I've actually got to bring in a new sales and marketing system, which I'm in the process of developing. So to answer your question, I probably spent 10 to 15 hours learning and implementing eKeeper, as well as the tweaks that we've made over the years. I've set up 27 other people's eKeepers as well, by the way. So I know that system pretty bloody well. And then even in both businesses, you know, the Active Success and Active Financial, my two companies, crikey, I couldn't even tell you. Funnels, landing pages, Kajabi, training portals, Active Campaign emails, MailChimp emails, HubSpot for a period of time where I was testing that. You know, I am a bit of a tech lover. So it's like adult Lego. So I kind of just, go down a rabbit hole.
I'm always jealous of you with that, because since the years that I've known you, whenever I see you or talk to you, you're always doing some sort of new automated, like, it was Facebook ads was the first thing when you were kind of first kicking around with it. And I, as someone who's like ADHD and dyslexic, it's just like, no, I'm not. That's the hardest thing to do. And you notice it, the difference. Like, I have had to, you learn it eventually, but it's, you naturally have a good interest in that stuff. And you obviously seem very good at it.
One of the things I've come to realize, you know, within the communities and talking to a lot of advisors and training them, as I'm sure you do, you know, there's a real challenge around implementation and tech. And all the mortgage CRM systems that are currently out there essentially are good, but you've got the network system to deal with as well. And what's actually needed in this industry for everybody who's an AR is a marketing and sales system. So as part of our next level of growth, what I'm actually doing is white labeling a piece of software where it has on the front end, social media posting, email marketing. I'm building into it my funnels, my landing pages. It will have, you don't need Calendly because it has its own calendar booking system. It then has the kind of Trello pipe drive feel to it where you can move people through the stages. I'm putting my emails in there and everything else. So I'm basically building it completely for my brokerage to automate, systemize, and everything, the higher volume of leads that we want to use, but with the goal that we'll be able to offer that out as an active CRM software tool to the rest of the industry effectively, but including, you know, the funnels, the email sequences and everything that you can either go in and amend those yourself, or I'll have my team go in and do that for an extra cost, etc., as a bit of a setup fee, and we'll rebrand it, relabel it, all that kind of jazz. So I feel that that's part of one of those things. We're entrepreneurs, so we find problems and then we try and solve them.
I think it's needed as well. I think it's good to talk about that type of stuff. I think it's absolutely needed. There's a lot of stuff out there right now, like lots of ones out there that are good and could be really good if white labeled with the already pre-built sequences. I think that's the hardest bit. I'm messing about with one at the moment called Go High Level, and that's the one. Is that the one? Yeah, I messed around with that now, and it's amazing. Like, it's absolutely ridiculously good, but it's very complex if you're trying to learn how to do it from the beginning. Like, that idea of taking Go High Level and putting something like like what you do and taking like your systems, your processes, that's an incredibly valuable tool because it's a plug and play. It's not plug and play when you get it directly from the source. It's a pain. That's so
like
hard.
eKeeper. Yeah. That's like eKeeper. When I first got that, you know, they give you, it's like a card with every optional extra, and it is Go High Level. That's essentially the software. And then they give you the option to white label it off the back of it. So, you know, when you look at Pipedrive, you've got to use Zapier, you've got to use Calendly, you've got to link it to another email marketing software. You end up paying so much money for tech, and then you've got to build it all out and everything else. So I'm one of these people that, you know, whatever people believe about me or whatever they see about me online, trying to get clicks and views, because a lot of it I just say for shits and giggles rather than actually anything else. And people fall for it, more fool you. Sorry, peeps. But it helps with the engagement, you know this. But I just want to help people. You know, my whole belief is like with my kids, I want the next generation to be better than me. And if it takes me, you know, however many years to get to 1 million, I want everybody else to do it in half the time. And everybody has a problem in some way. And my brain is just wired to try and solve those problems, especially when it's tech, especially when it's, you know, mindset or skill set. And it's way more fun than, you know, figuring this stuff out and doing nothing with it.